The new Work Showcase just dropped today, and in this video I'm just going to show you what my teams were, how I took the fights, and we're just going to go through the quests starting with the right side and then actually going to the left side, showing all the bosses once, and just to show you the teams that I used, and hopefully you'll be able to formulate your teams based off of that. And we're going to start off against the Nova here. This one is Ebb and Flow Intercept and a node that has Falter. I'm using Spiral here because she is immune to Falter, so we don't have to worry about that aspect of the node at all. She's also pretty good for Nova because you can destroy the Fury buff, and if he doesn't have his Fury buff, he can't auto-block you. So that just makes that portion of the fight much easier. You're going to see multiple times in this video, for some reason, like, my special activation looks really weird, and when I'd finish a combo and would try to drop a special attack, like the special button doesn't register. I'll try to call it out when it happens, but it was so weird. Like, since the new update, like, I swear I can't drop my special button mid-combo sometimes. But, yeah, we'll get to that eventually. Anyway, we're going to get the unblockable when we counter his special attacks, which is bad for Nova because we do 70% less damage when we're unblockable against Nova, so that's frustrating, but it's not that big a deal. He's going to die pretty fast anyway. Because Spiral's damage is just really good. I get special intercepted there, but my Dazzler synergy kind of saved my butt there, so that's nice. It gives me that Jiggy With It buff, which is going to give me Unstoppable on dash in and dash out, so that's pretty cool. Definitely was very helpful there. So yeah, that Nova fight, it's not too bad. Like, you can use a bunch of different Mystics for it, but ideally ones that don't naturally try to go unblockable. And you're going to have to deal with the Falter when Spiral doesn't have to, so just be wary of that. Now we're going to go fight this Elsa Bloodstone, which is just a complete joke of a fight if you have a mutant. The whole gimmick is like they're putting her with Recoil Masteries, so she would be doing degen to you unless you're a mutant, so I just brought a mutant, and she's kind of just going to die really fast. There's a node that's going to give her regen and stuff. It's got Buffet, it's got Arc Overload, but Dazzler doesn't really care about Buffet because she's Nullify immune, so I don't need to worry about that part at all. Anyway, I drop a special 2 there, and then she's dead. And you can take that with pretty much any mutant. I used Dust on my second run, and it went perfectly fine. Now we're going to go fight this Hitmonkey here. This fight is also not too difficult, especially if you have Dazzler and an Awakened Dazzler, because if you have her Awakened, then you're going to be able to get the Pursuit off of your Dazzling Dash. And then if you can counter Monkey's Evade, he doesn't really have much defender threat left. I think there the Jiggy With It buff actually saved me again, which is pretty cool. So here I'm going to Dex his special, go in with the Dazzling Dash, and his Evade's just not going to work now, so that's pretty awesome. I do need to knock him down right here. I'm going to go for a parry heavy, and then dash in, drop the unblockable special 2, and then he's dead. So next up is going to be Knull, which I'm taking with Spiral. This is another one where you can really take this fight with most Mystics, but I wanted to use Spiral for this one. She's pretty good for Knull in general. She does gain a lot of combo, so his Darkness passives are going to be getting into play, but you're also power stealing a lot to make up for it. So it's not too bad. Anyway, here I'm going to drop my special 2, where I was trying to drop a special 2 there, and that's where my special activation didn't work, so that's nice. And then there, I think it happened again. I'm just like, dude, I'm pressing the special button. Why is it not working? So I'm going to have to deal with the inverted controls here. Try to play my best with them. I'm pretty good with inverted controls, not great, but still pretty good. I can manage them pretty well. And then I drop my special 1 there, and the corruption is gone, so I don't need to worry about inverted controls anymore. So here I'm going to counter a special attack, try to pause my fervors again if I can, but most of them are falling off now, so it's not that easy to do. I do the Dancing Blades thing, get the stun, and then drop another special 1, and then it does some pretty nice damage to him. Just keep in the Rupture's ticking if we can help it. And then I'm going to go for another special one. Power Steel is going to be good enough to where he's not going to go red from it. And he's down to 11% now. I'm just like, I can kill him now. When I have my Dancing Blades to do a combo extension. And then he goes down right there. So, yeah, that Knull isn't too bad. It's another one where most Mystics can take it. I'd say the left side is where it's much more matchup dependent. Like, you need a bit more specific things. But anyway, we're going to fight this Lumatrix with Dazzler now. This was definitely the hardest fight on the path for me. Because the Lumatrix is just really annoying, especially when you can't stun him very well. So, I'm going to try to just utilize Dazzler's Pursuit to ignore Mixmaster as well as I can. You really want an evade counter for this fight, otherwise it's really difficult. So, just try to find a mutant that counters evade, and then you should be pretty fine. But it's still one of the harder fights on the path, so don't feel too bad if you have to use a revive or two on this one. Anyway, I also thought it was a node that was going to give me a Soul Barb, but apparently that's not there, like Ticking Time Bomb Soul Barb, but the node isn't actually there for some reason, which feels kind of weird, because that's definitely what this node is on the real map. So I don't exactly know why it's not there, but yeah, whenever I parried in this fight, I was never getting those ticking time bomb charges. So I don't know what that's all about, but it makes the fight easier, so that's not too bad. And yeah, I was just getting a hit a lot. I'm gonna try to get my pursuit back and drop another special one. So anyway, he drops a special 2 here, which is exactly what we want to bait, so that we can use the pursuit to counter the evade. I don't have any miss counter with Dazzler, but I can counter the evade, no problem. And there, like, I'm dropping the special attack right when I finish the combo, and luckily it's unblockable, so it's still fine. It's just like, dude, I don't know what happened during the update, but I swear, like, I can barely activate special attacks during my combo. I don't know. It's been the same reason why I can't play Beta Ray Bill, because it's like I can't drop my special attack from my heavy charge. I don't understand if it's my phone or what, but it's been really awful lately. So anyway, I'm gonna fight this Medusa next. This one is pretty good with Tigra. Neutralized champions are what you really want for this one, so naturally I'm using Tigra because I have a rank 4, and she just kind of nukes this fight. As Tigra does to most Cosmic champions, or just most champions in general. We're going to keep knocking her down with my heavy attack, and then I'm just going to go for another special 2 here, and she's just dead. That was like a 27-second fight. So, yeah, that one's pretty good. But next up, we have the hardest fight of this quest, I think, and that's this Hazard Shift Poison Rupture Korg. And I'm using Dust for this one. So this is my first run. My second run was better, using Dust for Korg, but I'm only showing the first one. But basically, Dust is poison immune, so you have that aspect of the fight under control. And of course, they don't play an intercept. That's great. You're gonna have to take Thorns damage when you use your mediums, unfortunately, but it's fine. It's not terrible, but it is annoying. And the Rupture phase, you really want to chill out for. And then eventually, he's just going to start getting the Unstoppable a lot, so I'm just going to throw my heavy to try to get the grit going, and hopefully ignore that Unstoppable. Well, I know I ignore the Unstoppable, but anyway. Drop the special 2 there, once again, not after my combo, because my phone wouldn't let me or something, I don't know. And then I'm dropping a special 1 there. I have 3 Ruptures on me, but it's okay, I can afford to take some damage, so... I am countering his special attacks just to get the unblockable sometimes, so he doesn't. But I'm usually not attacking because of the fact that it's in the Rupture phase. Anyway, I dropped my special... I dropped my Relic there. Gambit Relic's very good for Dust because it gives her a much higher chance to crit on her specials. There, we're in the Rupture phase again, so I'm just chilling. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to somehow land a heavy attack, and luckily I'm magically able to do that so I can get the grit. Otherwise, I'd just literally be comboed to death. Anyway, yeah, this is just a really difficult fight. Yet another special attack I don't throw at the end of my combo. Really difficult fight because there's just not that many great Poison Rupture Hazard Shift counters in the Mutant class or even the Mystic class, and you really want to be, getting rid of that because of the Coda tactics. So Anyway, Korg's going down slowly but surely. Like, I missed a parry there or something. Maybe he was unblockable. I wasn't really looking. But yeah, this is a very difficult fight. But I'd say Dust is probably one of the best mutants you could possibly use for it. I was looking at my roster and I just didn't really see anything else that really sounded great. Maybe there's a good counter outside of the Coda tag that would be good for this, but I can't really think of one immediately. So anyway, yeah, maybe like Spider-Punk with a friggin' Chothra tag because he's immune to poison and rupture. And if you have Nico Minoru, she's also immune to poison and rupture. But anyway, Dust works, and then my second attempt was cleaner than that as well. So I would definitely advise you use Dust. Okay, now we're going to fight the boss here, and of course I'm going to use Tigra. I was disappointed to see that we didn't have a Dark Phoenix boss, because this is the Dark Phoenix War Showcase. Instead we have this friggin' Cersei boss. I'm like, bro, why? I was actually kind of like looking forward to a Dark Phoenix boss. But I don't know. It's just, I guess we're fighting a Cersei boss, I guess. Didn't ever happen in the War season. I really hate when they make all these War Showcase nodes about placements that never actually happened. Which, to be honest, is just most of the game mode now. Like, all these War Showcases don't actually show what war is really like, but it's whatever. They're still fun quests, I guess. But either way. I'm just eating hits there because I'm playing bad, I guess. I don't know. And then here, I drop another special 2, and she's just dead. So it's like a 43-second fight with Tigra, I think. Yeah, 5%, and then we're going to kill her right there with my heavy. So now we're going to go watch the left side. And I'm going to skip over the fights that we already did, of course. So we're going to start with Prowler. And my team for the left side is Phoenix, Dust, Spiral, and Lumatrix. And we're going to start by using Spiral for this Prowler, because again, she's Falter immune. I actually considered using Dazzler for this fight as well, because she is also Falter immune. No, she's not. I'm sorry. Dazzler's not Falter immune. Ignore me. That would have been a terrible idea. That would have been a very terrible idea. I don't know why I thought Dazzler was Falter immune. She's immune to Nullify, but not Falter. But Spiral's immune to Falter, so that means Arrogance doesn't matter. Prowler's personal Falter doesn't matter. And yeah, it's a pretty good time with Spiral. The power lock is annoying because you do want to be gaining some power during your special 1 and such, but it's fine. You're getting extra burst damage from the Coda tag, so it's not a big deal if you're getting specials a little less frequently. So I drop a special 1 here. He takes a decent bit of damage, and then he drops a special 2, and then I can counter it no problem because, again, I'm Falter immune. So I'm going to go ahead and do my combo there, and then go for a Dancing Blades. I'm alternating my attacks when I don't really need to, because when they're paused, I don't need to alternate my attacks with Spiral. And there, like, dude, I was spamming my special button, and I end up throwing it in his block. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro, this is just getting ridiculous. I swear I'm not skill issuing. Like, there's something wrong with either my phone or the game right now when it comes to that. So I can't wait to, like, die in real war when that crap happens or something. I don't know. We'll see. So there goes Prowler. That was my last fight with Spiral, so I don't need to heal her up or anything. Now we're gonna do 2 Lumatrix fights. First, Lumatrix against this Count Nefaria. I don't think Lumatrix is a great counter to this, but I didn't really have great options because of the Safeguard node. If the Safeguard node wasn't here, Lumatrix would be perfect for this, but unfortunately it is. So, yeah, like some alternative choices might be like Black Cat would still be good. Black Cat would probably be good for the Spider-Ham next to it as well. So I'd advise if you have Black Cat, use her here. Silver Sable, no, not for Nefaria. Crossbone doesn't want to purify, so well, you don't want to purify in this node. Crossbones does purify, so I wouldn't really use him. It's a weird fight. If you have a Koye, I don't think she's good for Nefaria. Dang, Nefaria is just really limited when it comes to trying to find a good skill counter to him, I guess. If you have like a different a really good option you found for Count Nefaria, drop in the comments section. I think Black Cat would be very good for this fight, because she doesn't really need to bleed when she does all the sabotage damage and stuff, but I'm not really sure what other ones might be. So, yeah, blocking is special too, definitely makes me take a lot of block damage, unfortunately, but I can't dex it, so, like, it's whatever. And I'm not going to need to heal. I'm going to be able to solo the pig fight anyway, so it's fine. I just try to alternate my lights and mediums as well as I can. And then sometimes I'm still going to get the disintegration on me, which is annoying, but it's not that bad. So here I'm going to drop a special 1, I think. And then I'm going to refresh my invisibility, and I can just kill him just like this. So he goes down there, and then we're going to go fight the Spider-Ham next. So in both of these Lumatrix fights, I'm never actually going for my special 2, because on Safeguard it doesn't matter, and then versus the pig, you really don't want to be above a bar. So I'm just going to be dropping my special 1s as soon as I get them. Something about this fight that I didn't really utilize until like midway through the fight is Lumatrix's endurance, which I definitely should have been using more, because it's just going to make the power stings on me much shorter. So I wish I remembered that earlier in the fight. Like, I think when I was at like half health, I'm going to start getting endurance, because it really makes the fight a lot easier if you can get it, because the power stings and taunts and everything else is just expiring much faster. And it's, of course, an unblockable pig, but Lumatrix doesn't really care about unblockable too much because of how his openings work. So I'm eating a little power sting damage there, but it's not that bad. There I finally get my endurance. So now you can see that power stings falling off very, very fast, and the endurance lasts a long time and is paused during my invisibility. So we have pretty good uptime on that stuff now. And yeah, those power stings barely last any duration. So I think I'm going to launch my special right after that one expires. And then we're just comboing him to death, which we still hit reasonably hard, even without the Furies. Eat a special 1 there because I messed up, but it's fine. And then throw a special 1 to his block, but it's also fine because we have the invisibility. So yeah, like Lumatrix is pretty good for this fight. Endurance OP, I guess. If you have a Koye, she's going to completely destroy this one too. Crossbones, maybe. He'd need a lot more Furies than normal to shut down Pig's Evade because of steady build-up, but it could work. So, the last fight is going to be this Bastion with Phoenix. And I'm using Phoenix because she was the first one that came to mind for Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Shock. There's also an interesting thing on this node where you get a PS1 boost, but also the power lock from Empathetic Lock actually triggers first. So unless you're power lock immune, you won't be getting that power start 1. However, Phoenix is power lock immune, so I'm also spamming my special during my heavy charge, and I can't do it. So I end up having to cancel for my heavy and then going for a special 2 that I didn't want to drop, because, dude, I just don't understand what's wrong with my special button. Like, I can't drop it mid-heavy. I can barely drop it after a special attack. Like, I don't know what's wrong. It's just really frustrating. Anyway, this Bastion isn't a problem. We're just going to try to hit him mainly during the Incinerate phase, and then I'm going to get a couple shocks on me, but Phoenix's damage is just really, really good. So once I get these auras going here, he's going to die very shortly after. So yeah, I have a couple shocks there, and now we're in the Incinerate phase, so I can just start killing him. We're also inflicting Incinerates much slower than normal because of the fact that he's failing a lot of them because of the infection charges on me, but we're still placing enough of them to just kill him. Like, this heavy attack just finishes him off, basically. So, yeah, that's the War Showcase. I do hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope it was helpful for you for planning your own paths. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.